Hello, 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 and welcome back to the RuPaul's Drag Race recap here on RHAP We Know Reality TV. I'm one of your hosts, Beth Dixon, and I am excited to be breaking down both the Lollaparuza, Lollaparuza lip sync for your life and your nerve and everything in your closet in Death Drop-a-Loza from last week. And then this week, we'll be talking about the finale. But I'm not alone. I am, of course, joined, as always, with Aman Adwin, who held the fort down a couple weeks ago with Matt Lagori, and many thanks to Matt for covering for me. Aman, how are you doing? We made it 16 episodes.
We did. Yes, shout out to Matt. Thank you once again for stepping in for Beth. But yes, we did it. We are now at the very end. Another season is in the books, in the pantheon that is Drag Race. And yeah, I feel like well, I feel like there's a few things for us to talk about.
Oh,
you know, because we didn't see you a couple weeks ago for one of the bigger eliminations, and then we have the obviously the lip sync and the finale. So I guess I'm most interested to see what you have to say about that. And don't worry, guys, we won't harp too much on like the past episodes, but I just wanted us to have a chance to touch down about that.
No, I'm happy you're asking me because believe me, I was upset to not be upset on camera and talk about Jane Don't not making it to the finale. That I think is, in my opinion, the number one. I don't think her going home and eliminated that episode is wrong. I think that she was the correct person to go home in that episode. I do think she was the worst in the challenge. I do think that she lost the lip sync. It was completely deserved. But it felt weird watching the finale this week without her there.
Yeah.
And so I think that this is just another reminder that like placements at the end of the day are great and we should always celebrate them, but they don't actually equate to your talent at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I do feel like it had like that Ryan Murphy thing where the wind gets taken out of the sails towards the end of the season for whatever reason because they just get tired.
You said Ryan Murphy thing, and I knew exactly what you meant. I was like, oh yeah, where you get like 80% way through, and then it's
right, like I don't get it. It's like Ryan is like, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. He gives it to us for like a good like early to mid season, and all of a sudden it's like, girl, which I really hope, side note, I really hope that this season of American Horror Story with the Jessica Lange returning, oh my God, it better be the best effing season ever because I'm so excited for Jessica to come back. But anyway,
it'd be so great if they took all the best divas from that and just put them in one. Like, okay, we're gonna have Jessica Lange, we're gonna have Lady Gaga, we're gonna have
Can you imagine? And you know what? I love. Sorry, guys. This is
we're going to be on a tangent because I'm sorry, we're not going to break down every moment of every lip sync that we just watched.
I love that when Jessica made her leave in season 4, and then Lady Gaga was going to be starring in season 5, and the shady press were asking Jessica questions like, so like how do you feel about Lady Gaga essentially taking your place in more or less words? And Jessica was like, I don't care. Like,
number one, she's not. It's impossible to fill my shoes. Number 2, it's Lady Gaga. Like no one is sitting there being like, wow, Lady Gaga's the new Jessica. Like nobody thought that. What a wild statement. I live for that. Well, speaking of wild statements, I think that it was, well, maybe not statements, but wild moments. I do think it was a shocking elimination, but I do think it was the correct one.
Yeah. And to what you were saying before, like, placements don't equate to your talent. It's rough. I think where a lot of fans take issue is that, like, as we've been saying for years and years and years, it feels a little inconsistent about like, when does your track record save you? When does it not? When does your lip sync save you? When does it not? And it felt like Jane had a strong enough case to be saved due to her track record. So I do feel for her on that end. And you could tell that she was just like, so like, really? after I was doing so well, really. But at the same time, it is a reminder that nothing is owed to you. This is show business after all, and you can have one bad week and go home,
And it's not even just a showbiz thing, because I have to tell this to my students all the time. And I'm gonna turn on teacher Beth here for a second. But I think that, I work with a lot of really talented and dynamic students who are some of the brightest minds of their generation, truly, right? And there's still this lack of I think this lack of understanding that you are still not deserving of everything, even if you're really good at something, right? You still got to work hard. Nothing is going to be handed to you. You still have to work harder for it. And actually, the better you are at something, the harder you have to work, because there's going to be people who are using you as inspiration to get to where you're at. So you got to keep pushing it, right? Now, I don't mean that in a weird capitalistic, like we must break ourselves kind of thing, but I do mean that in like hey, in the case of Jane Don't, like, she was her own bar, and anytime she went below it, it was noticeable, and that is just what's going to land you in the bottom. Now, if that performance in the last episode was what she was like all season long, then I think that maybe she stays, but I don't think so. Like, I genuinely think that when you put a high bar for yourself, it is it's a much more noticeable difference if you don't clear the bar,
Yeah. I mean, we're always waiting for that one chink in the armor, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as it happens, it can. And RuPaul, after all, is a water sign. Water signs tend to be very mercurial, and he can fall out of love with you very quickly. And it seems that he just really had a thing for Juicy, because he just loves to watch her perform, even though he'll be on the judging panel and say, "I just don't get you. I feel like I don't know who you are." Sometimes a good old lip sync is gonna give it to him every time. So it's hard. The rubric of Drag Race changes a lot, and so it's always hard for people to adapt to it. But Jane, I know Jane knows that she's the shit, and she knows that she ate this season up. And even if she didn't win, she will always be in the dialogue of some of the most robbed queens that are on the show.
I would argue that the queens with the largest careers are not winners.
Mm-hmm.
They're the people who or didn't win the first time.
Right.
I think also we very clearly, for very few notable exceptions, RuPaul is also weirdly not a theater kid fan. So he likes theater and he loves musicals and he loves all that shit. But I think he's like very openly said on like both What's the Tea with him and Michelle, and like he's just like, I don't identify with theater kid energy. So when you have the plasmas and Jan, and Jane, and all these other people, I mean, the bar is so much higher for them because you really got to show talent so that he's just not generally annoyed by your vibe, And so there's that. And the other thing too is that RuPaul has, what's it called when you can't watch or you don't like watching other people eat or the sounds of it, like he has that too. So if you know, which I didn't know this, but I saw Acid Betty talk about it on Kelly Mantle's podcast, and she was saying that like if you notice, most of the time when like things have involved food, RuPaul has not necessarily been a big fan of it, and I'm like, oh, interesting. But at the end of the day, the rubric is whatever RuPaul decides, and it's like, however the wind is blowing, however you've managed to tickle the fancy, I do think that he can be objective and stand back and go, this is what you need. But I think that he connects better with someone like Juicy, where he can provide feedback that he connects with. Like, we need a point of view. We need to see who you are, because once she unlocks that, she's unstoppable. Right. But it's hard for him to provide feedback to Jane that isn't, you're just good. Like, what else can he doesn't have the background and perspective that like would help Jane, I think, in the same way that he knows he could help Juicy. So clearly he's going to feel like, I want to keep Juicy around so I can keep kind of mentoring her. And I do think that is an aspect we don't talk about a lot with Drag Race.
I think that's a good point. I think I understand a bit of where he comes from with not necessarily feeling the theater kid thing, because a lot of it can be very cookie cutter, right? It's like, obviously a lot of what drag is performance art and is theater, but theater, especially these days, has become so streamlined, and how people are brought up in it and how they're trained in it, that yeah, I guess it can sort of come across in a drag competition. It can come across as very performative, canned, you know, if you're good, you're good, trained singer, trained dancer. And drag is so much more expressive than just performance. It's so much about like emotion and feeling and the art of it all. So yeah, I think that when there is a queen that is just more focused on being a queen, a drag queen, and immersing themselves in the art of that, I can totally understand why, and not even just RuPaul, but Michelle or anybody else, anyone that was there for like the creation of drag as we know it in the States, like, you're always going to be thinking back to those moments when there weren't any rules to drag. It was just, you decided you wanted to cross dress, you decided you wanted to lip sync, you decided you wanted to sing, you decided to want to do all this stuff, and you had the world at your fingertips, right? So
absolutely. And just like one little note on this that I think is just important, and you all know I like to have a little political statement, every once in a while, just given what the show's about. This was also something that was discussed on Kelly Mantle's podcast recently, which I just highly recommend. If people aren't listening, it's a great podcast. Go and listen to it. But she had Acid Betty and who was it? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the second person. But they were talking about how people love Drag Race, but the fans obviously continue to be like really toxic, and like that can really affect these people's careers and all this other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And that we always are kind of complaining about the show, but the reality right now is that we should be celebrating, even though Aman and I are tired for 16 weeks. And I know you all are too, but we're excited because it's a show that we love.
And Acid Betty.
That's right. And Acid Betty, duh. Betty and Acid Betty. Yeah, that's right. Both the Bettys. But they were talking about how like we need to be counting our blessings that the show still exists, because especially if the Paramount Warner Brothers deal does go through, if they ever decide to kick off the show off of air, which seems more likely that they would do with this very alt-right, anti-queer ownership model, there's not many places it could go after this. There aren't a lot of stations that will pick up Drag Race, and that is just unfortunately a fact. I think that there might be streaming services that could, but I think that genuinely, I think we need to take the step back whenever we're having moments of like, I can't believe the judging was like this, and blah, blah, blah. And like, listen, we can all be mad about that, of course, but we also should just take the time. There's been almost 300 drag queens that have come through the doors in just America alone. And it is pretty fantastic that we can sit back and go, this is incredible. So,
yeah,
that's
really real. Like, you have the new owners of Paramount literally whining and dining the president, who has been, and if not Trump himself, then the cronies that he surrounds himself with, because at this point, I think we can all understand that Trump does not have his wits about him, even if y'all like to pretend that he does, just based off of the way that he acts and tweets and whatever the hell. There is a shadow government going on right now. Mm-hmm. And many of it, like Beth just mentioned, is very alt-right, very Project 2025, very anti-trans, anti-gay, wants the world, or the world to return to this level of America on top, and mm-hmm. Americans need to be strong and healthy and traditionalist. So any of the queerness that's going on, they view that as like a scourge and like something that is to be eradicated, and something that is making this country rot from within. Like, that is how they view this type of thing. So the fact that we have some, like, this show is on a platform where the owners at the very top feel that way, the fact that it even still exists right now is a testament. Like, and for sure, we should definitely not take that lightly, for sure.
And not to bring the mood down, but we're going to turn it right back around here, and we're going to say
that was important to say.
That was important. Yes. Drag Race is nothing if not political. So we have a lot of fun little moments to talk about over the past couple episodes. So we had the lip sync tournament, and I like how they did the formatting for that this year, Aman, where they said if you were out in the first Was it 6 people? You have to go in the first round. The second round will then enter in the next 3 people who got eliminated, and then Juicy gets an automatic bid to the end or something like that, right?
Yep.
I loved this because it absolutely should go like, if you have made it that far in the competition, I do think you deserve to have a leg up. And I also think that if you are first out, I mean, think about Megami, right? Of how much she ended up being like,
what's going on? That's all I think about. That's all I think about.
I say, yeah. So she, but like she like completely blew everybody away and got to stay round after round. So I think it actually benefits both sides, right? We've already seen Juicy for weeks and weeks and weeks. But imagine if Mandy Mango had made it all the way to the end, right? Like how much more of a moment that is. So it actually sets up the people who didn't have as much time to like really kill it. But I don't know. I really like this formatting for it.
It does give the potential for another Silky Nutmeg Ganache All-Star 6 thing to happen where they just claw and fight their way back to the finish line. But in the same breath, it does sort of feel, you know, like, because I agree with you. I think that the longer that you stay in the competition, yeah, it makes total sense that you get a little bit of a leg up. But then you know, if I think for this one in particular, it was interesting to watch because you have somebody like Mia Starr, who's obviously going to be a strong contender, has to lip sync 4 times in a row, has all the reveals already finished by the time she gets to the finish line. Whereas with Juicy, she has all of her tricks still up her sleeve. She has all the reveals to still have. So at the very end, it feels unfair, but like it's still fair in the long run. Sometimes I just wish that they gave the queens the option of having multiple outfits during Lollaparuzas. Because like if you're there filming all day anyway, and it's going to be a long day, like, bitch, the minute they win, allow them to go back, get dressed, re-drag, and
yeah. Because
I do feel like at the end, like Mia just didn't have much else to do. She did it 4 times. Like, what else is she going to do? You know, to really give that wow factor. So, yeah, that's the only thing that I wish that they would allow the queens to do during the Lollaparuzas is have multiple outfits. That's it, and it should be a choice. Fair. Like, I'm not saying they have to. Like
I think they have to. No, I'm just kidding. Force them to change.
If you feel like you're gonna be good with the one outfit and that one reveal, then go. That's fine.
And
but
here's
if you
what I'll
want
say.
The option, I feel like you should have it.
I agree, but I would say that I think they need to limit it to only be wig and outfit and not makeup. Because if they are saying, oh, you can change your makeup every single time, then obviously they're never
That'll take a long time.
Yeah.
That'll take a long time.
But if they say, okay, you can change into a different outfit and different wig and shoes if you want, girl, that takes how much time?
Yes.
Right?
So then that within itself, I feel like becomes another sort of like challenge within it. It's like, how many outfits can you make that face work with?
I think that's the way it should go. And I also think you and I should become producers because we just solved it. So
hire us.
There we go. Hiring. Okay. I forgot that I had my notes on my phone, not written down because I am trying to be digital. I'm an old fuddy. So we had in the first round, Athena versus Sierra, and they did Born Naked. Sierra wins this. I thought
Born Naked and the rest is drag.
I forgot to mention. So they're all RuPaul songs, which I kind of loved. I liked that it was a break from what are the random things and going back. And I know that he was like, it's really good. It's easy to license and such. But I also like that these are all songs that if you are a fan of RuPaul, you're going to know them. If you are a drag queen, it's like, I think a law that if you become a drag queen, you have to learn all of RuPaul's discography. So like, there's like no excuse for never having heard any of these songs, or like, I can understand missing a lyric or two in like Call Me Mother or something, but like, that's different than like straight up just like not knowing the words to something, right?
What do you think your favorite RuPaul song is?
I have 3.
Ooh, okay.
I played the shit out of Sissy That Walk like 10 years ago. Like, it will always be one of my favorites. I was so excited about this one, and we'll talk about it with Sissy That Walk with this one. And it's just a classic. My second one is actually called Getaway, and it's from the American album. And
I don't think I know that one. I know the cover of American.
Yeah.
And I know American. I don't know if I know that one though.
I used to love literally just driving around listening to that song. It is like, I need to get away. I just need to get away.
Listen, y'all, RuPaul has some bops, okay?
Oh, 1,000%. RuPaul has bops, and he has bops that are kind of like cringe, but you're also kind of like, cringe bops kind of work though.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Like,
there's a time and a place.
Have you heard, hey sis, it's Christmas. Yes. I'm gonna get you up on my wish list. Santa Claus and the missus. We're gonna have a best Christmas that ever exists. That is cringy as fuck. I listen to that as full blast at the holiday.
So good.
Come on. Sometimes we need a little cringe whimsy in our lives. But Getaway is not, and then I will always love Call Me Mother, because I was doing Couch to 5K at the time, and that was like my really gotta push it song, and I So those are, I love Catwalk too.
Catwalk is my jam. I love Catwalk, and I love Catwalk, and I love what's the name of that song? It was the Runway song for season 11. I'll find it, but I love that
Category is no,
not that one.
I'm just kidding.
But I also love Glamazon as well. Glamazon is my jam.
I have literally, when I was putting together the slideshow for today's episode, I was just going peanut
and peanut butter. Yes, that's another one. Your mama's jail, raising hair, and she's standing in the corner, standing on the belly. Ooh, you should affect your thighs spread just like peanut. Like it's just
like, come on. It was so fun too, because I had a friend from out of town who does not watch Drag Race, has literally never watched it before, and I said, I'm so sorry, we have to watch this lip sync episode, but hopefully this will be more palatable for someone who's like never watched it.
Yeah,
just like what a lot of people love about the episode, just over and over. We got to that peanut butter song. She was like, what is this? I was like, a masterpiece. And she's like,
it is amazing.
She's like, that one girl can't twerk. We'll get to that in a second. That killed me. Anyway,
there's always, I feel like every time there's peanut butter, there's always one queen that has no ass. The other one was freaking Trinity the Tuck and Jasmine Masters, and she knew it. She was like, Trinity's over there shaking everything she has, and I'm shaking, and there's nothing moving.
I mean, I think at that time you just got to make the joke. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Jane Don't and like Ben de la Creme and Ginger Minge and all those people who are like good stage performers, but like can be serious in a lip sync, but know exactly when they're like, I can't emote this way, so I'm gonna make a joke out of it.
Yes,
genius moves. But for Athena versus Sierra with Born Naked, Born Naked and the rest is drag. I thought Athena should have won. I did not like Sierra in that at all. I didn't like that she like immediately got rid of her. Like, what was the point in that entire weird heart aorta outfit thing and like the face if you get rid of both of those within like 10 seconds of the lip sync? Like, it just was weird to me.
I'm trying to remember.
Well, I think she had two reveals, and so the first reveal was like really quick. And I'm not talking about the thing in front of the face. That makes sense. You're doing a lip sync. You can't have that in front of your face. But
oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Like she just gets rid of the prosthetic part very, very quickly. And if it were in a bar, fine. But this is on television where you have to be much more noticeable about like, what are the beats of the song? Like, where at what point should I be doing something? And I think that's where a lot of the queens for the Lollaparuza or like the lip syncing, like when they have to do multiple rounds, it's hard, like you said, to figure out when do I do certain reveals.
Yeah, it's so hard because, and not only that, but some of like the more signature, because the way that I look at Drag Race lip syncs is like, there's a certain like repertoire to your moves. Like you have your standard walks across the stage to get to the next point of choreography, and then you have your standard drag choreography. You have your wind. When kick, you've got your splits, dips, death drops, and then you've got like your own personal like style to it. And I feel like after a while, like your own personal style just comes through authentically, and you fall into your patterns and ends up doing the same move over and over and over again because you done danced for, you know, the average song is like what, 3 minutes long. If you have to do it multiple times, that's a whole like 15 minutes of dancing. Like,
it's a lot. And especially if you have to go back to back, because you don't really get a lot of time to decompress, catch your breath, go back up and do something else. And I think, was it Mia that had to do it back to back, or
it was Mia had to do it back to back. Somebody else had to do it back to back.
Jane had to do it back to back.
Yep.
So so it's that's a lot. I didn't think Athena did a poor job. I actually personally thought that Athena should have won. But it was okay. It was fine. I didn't have like, I wasn't like screaming about it.
It was all right.
Then we had Mandy versus Mia for Give Them What They Want. I always forget the name of that song. I always screw. Give them what they want.
Yeah. The way to say word.
Yeah, that one. What's been like the goodbye song for like a long time on the credit song. The goodbye.
They want to see you go off.
Yeah. They want.
That's another good one. Ru has some bops, y'all. He has some bops.
I'm telling y'all, I want to have a party where it's just RuPaul songs and just
bitch. Oh my god, can we throw a Lollaparuza? Like, oh my god.
Oh, I'm just gonna put this out here. Total side note. For anybody who's coming to New York City for RHAP, guess what's happening the day after the RHAP event in Brooklyn at $3 Bill, the bar that like Dawn and a whole bunch of queens from Brooklyn are doing.
What's happening?
Parvati Shallow is judging a drag competition.
Oh, I gotta go.
So
I gotta go.
It's only not too far from me. It's like I don't know, 15 minutes.
I gotta go.
So
I have family in Brooklyn too. It'll be a good time to check in on them and visit. Oh, bitch, I gotta go.
Isn't that great? So $3 Bill is already like a great drag bar in Brooklyn. It's a pretty popular place. So having the day after the RHAP event, having Parvati Shallow there, come on.
Oh my gosh.
Great. I'm sorry. That was just a side note. So Mia wins this lip sync. I thought that I liked Mandy's energy better. Like I thought that it like matched the song a little bit better versus Mia brought more of like that hip hop, like intense energy to it. And I thought that Mandy had more of the like, give them what they want, like give it to them kind of thing that I liked better. But I mean, Mia, you can't deny the pressure.
Yeah, Mia just, it's just so, there's so much sauce in the way that she moves. It just feels like it's just so punchy and like so much character to it. Obviously someone that is seasoned, so it's hard. I think that Mandy really held her own, and as a Philadelphia queen, obviously I wanted to root for her, but I'm not mad at the fact that that Mia got that.
Yeah, I think, you know, that ended up being that was a much better lip sync than the one before. It was much closer in my opinion.
Yeah.
But and then we have Didi Fuego versus Vita Von Teese doing main event.
I think Didi won.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me about it.
They kept trying to make it be like a Kenya Michaels, Latrice Royale moment, and I don't think it was like that at all. I think that Didi understood the grandiosity of the words in the song to a T. I thought that the reveals were tasteful and fun, and I think that Vita was just fine. Like I didn't sense any storytelling, and that was so funny because like in her confessional, she's like, you know, I see her doing a lot of stuff, but like I'm trying to tell a story, and I'm like, yeah, but you're not. She did.
What's the story?
Yeah.
Is the story in the room with us?
Yeah.
No. I actually really agree. I love Vita for the exception of when she performs, it's like she doesn't connect with her face. Her eyes in particular. They just kind of seem like she's not lost. She's not like a deer in headlights. It's just like, it's like passive, right? And part of it might be the contacts now that I think of it, because they're so piercing.
They are, right?
Yeah. But I just thought that Dee had the beats of the song much better, to your point.
Yes.
I thought Vita looked a hell of a lot better, though. And I'm not saying that as a read on Dee. I'm saying that, like, it just looked like she was wearing a sponge, like a black sponge, like loofah. And then it was like the reveals didn't do much for me, but they were timed well. So I can absolutely get behind that. I kind of felt like they both were okay. Like, it was serviceable. I was entertained. I wasn't like, wow, this actively sucks. Like,
it's not going down in history. I just think that they made the wrong decision there.
Yeah. So then we go into round 2. Round 2 had Vita versus Mia. So Vita just won the main event. She's the one that had to go twice. Sorry, not Mia. And they did Call Me Mother. I actually felt like Vita brought the energy in the very beginning of this in a way that I didn't expect her to. And I was like, holy shit, is she about to give Mia a run for her money? Because I'm not going to lie. I definitely was like, well, Mia's got this. It's Call Me Mother.
It's a very wordy ass song. Probably the most wordy of the bunch. I do think, I'm trying to think. I think that Mia takes it here only because there's so much more. A song like this, you need more like legit Janet Jackson-esque choreo to go with it. Where I feel like with Vita, did she have the words down? Yes, but the movement was not. It just wasn't T, or at least not as T as Mia's was.
I actually love how you just said that, because I think that you could apply the same thing to the finale lip sync of the finale. Nini versus Mikey. And I think you get, but it's the opposite. Nini did the like fierce choreography and every movement had a thing to it. And it almost didn't match, even though it was so good. Like, she really did kill that last lip sync. Mikey had the energy of the song, like in terms of like the emotion, just like in her, right? So I can see why Mikey would win, even if like Nini was maybe more quote unquote entertaining because of what she was doing. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that that song, in my opinion, doesn't really require like the stiffer Janet Jackson, not stiff, but like more rigid. This is like pop very intentionally. These beats. And Mia's the queen of that. So
yes, for sure.
That, I mean, I can't tell. I think probably twice per week I go, guess who's back in the house? Here's cool. And I do the whole first verse, and I still, after 10 years, can't do it correctly, and I don't care. And I just trip over the same spot every time.
I've never even tried, but I want to now.
It's when you live alone, and all you do is like cook, I'll be like, guess who's back in the pan? Clapping around. Like, I just do shit like that. It's fun. And then we got Kenya Pleaser versus Sierra Mist, and they did Pretty Gang. I had never heard Pretty Gang before. It was
neither had I.
It was the first time I'd ever heard it, which tells you I'm clearly a fake fan. I actually thought that Sierra edged Kenya out here.
So did I. I thought there was like so much more. There were just more levels with Sierra where like I was more interested in what she was going to do next. Is part of that because, you know, she's the underdog going into it. So like are we giving her a little bit of grace? Maybe, but even so, like upon watching it a second or third time, I look at the decisions that are made, all the micro decisions there, it really gives, oh no, bitch, I'm here to play. Whereas with Kenya, it felt like she felt like it was owed to her. Even though I love Kenya, I do, but I feel like I've seen better lip syncs from her. I also feel like she went into that split way too early in the song
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was going to be my point, is that she kind of broke her own momentum in a way.
Yep.
When she did that so soon, and we all got to remember, like, I will always love when a bigger person does a split, does a high kick, does something like that, because something that, as a former athlete, the biggest issue I've always had is making, like, even though I am weaker, like, I hate appearing weaker. I hate appearing like I'm not as able-bodied or whatever just because I'm bigger bodied. And so that is such a big moment. So why would you waste it so early? Like, it's not like Juicy. If Juicy did that, we're like, okay, yeah, we know she's going to do it. But even though we know Kenya can do splits because we've seen her do like a couple before, that's still such a momentous moment. You have to save it for a bigger beat.
Yeah, you definitely do. And then she did this one move where she kicks her leg up and holds it, and I'm thinking that she's gonna fall into a split, but no. So it felt very anticlimactic. I don't know. It just felt like she was really throwing a lot at the wall and trying to see what sticks. Whereas I feel like there was so much more of a free flow with Sierra. So I don't know.
The one thing I will say that I appreciate about Kenya is that she wore an outfit that you would expect a queen to be lip syncing any given week on. And I gotta say, the one thing about Mia, I can't wait until we show the slideshow. It's like Mia and Athena and all these people who are coming out and like dressed as like the Michelin tire guy, just like, hi guys, I also have a huge wig on. What do you think's under here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like that she came out and was like, bitch, I'm gonna give you what I got. And there's a part of me that's kind of like, isn't that nice when people do that? But I also kind of thought that outfit's a little basic. So it's kind of both. Like, I felt the same thing about Jane. But
honey, this is All Stars 4. A cat suit like a mini-tard. It's not stunning.
It's not stunning. Oh God, I love them. Jane versus Discord. Sissy, that walk. Aman.
Fly, 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 fly. Uh-oh.
This to me. So we gotta go put this back. Okay. So the songs that are left at this point are Cha Cha, Peanut Butter, Sissy, that walk. So Jane has to choose the song, and she's trying to think of something that, the two people I will have to go against if I win are Juicy or Mia. So I actually think, as funny and iconic as it is that she chose Sissy, that walk, strategically, she should have chose one of the other two, because she would win that with a comedic style over Discord and stand a better, you know what I mean? And like, maybe one of the queens choose Sissy, that walk for her. I don't know. But I also have to give her all that. Like, she didn't need any other roses thrown at her. Even if, I'm not sitting there saying she doesn't need $50,000. Of course she wanted that. And if she had made it there and won it, it would have been great. But like, she doesn't need to prove her talent. So there's a part of me that was like, I love that you just made this a huge meme. Let's go.
Yes. I think she's playing into like what she knows. Storyline wise, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And going with Discord, where you know that they have something that they're wanting from her, and latching yourself onto that and doing it in a way that you do look better doing it. Like, masterclass totally. In Drag Race strategery.
Well, strategery in that way, because then she has to go up, and it is one of the two booty shaking songs, and it's unfortunate for Jane, but she then has to go back to back, and she goes against Juicy with Cha Cha.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad. But I mean, Sissy, that walk. I gotta tell you, Discord looked so fucking good.
She did. Like, bitch.
Like trashy Britney, but we love. Like, you know what I mean? Like the mid-2000s trashy Britney.
Can I go back in time and ask for her to make that outfit for me to attend the fucking Cowboy Carter tour? Because, listen, that red, I love an assless chap. I will always love an assless chap. So good.
She looked amazing. But yeah, any other thoughts on that before we go to Cha Cha, bitch?
No, I'm good.
Well, cha-cha bitch. What a reveal with Juicy. Doing a handstand so the outfit comes out into a flip and she just goes, cha-cha bitch. Iconic.
That's the first time we've seen something like that, right?
Yeah, and of course we definitely know that's the case because Athena has a talking head right afterwards in the middle of the song going, Drag Race Herstory, that's my daughter. It's never been seen before.
No, if there's one thing that Athena's gonna do, it's claim a bitch. She's
Let me tell you, she is the most Leo, and that's coming from me, okay? Like, she's very much like, and everybody I'm loyal to deserves the world, and they should be celebrated. And I'm like, yes.
It's what I love the most about that reveal is that it is so simple. It is so simple. We've gotten to this point where the commercialization of drag has made us all believe that there has to be some type of grandstand, ultra produced moment of a reveal. But no, what makes a good reveal is the unexpectedness of how it happens. Yeah. Yes, we've gotten to the point where the meta is a reveal. Mm-hmm. So now we got to the point where, like, how do you do it? And I think that her just being like, bitch, I'm going to use gravity. Yeah. Like, I don't need to
and here's
do
the
this.
Thing.
Yeah.
When we say simple, we obviously know that is in no way a simple thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
What we mean is that, like, it is so well done and it's so different than what other people could do that it just like, I think that that's the key, right? And anything in life, if you are trying to figure out how can I do something differently than other people, just look at what are your own expertise, what are the things that you have knowledge about, and then see, okay, what can I play off of with this? So Juicy is obviously going to be like, okay, what is a dance move that I could do that will have a reveal? Like, okay, people have spun and done reveals all the time, maybe not spinning. What's something new, right? So that's the way that you jog your brain to work with these kind of things. And I love when you see something like Juicy, like you said, it seems so simple and it's just like effective. It was polished and she came right back up. It was perfectly timed with her hands up in the air.
Yeah.
And
you could tell that she practiced it. She practiced making sure that it was flowy enough you don't see it. You know that it's coming. You just don't know how. And I think that is what is the most masterful about it. I love that because I love a good reveal. I do. I know that it's overused, but I love it. Even though I know it's going to happen. Just surprise me. Let me see it.
I'm not saying you're going to win doing this. I'm saying that you would win my particular heart. So if you want to go on Drag Race only to appease Beth Dixon, listen to these words. I want someone to do the lip sync Lollaparuza in a huge outfit that looks like they're going to have reveals and never once reveal anything.
Just edging.
It's just like Joey and Friends wearing all of Chandler's sweaters or whatever, but there's like never any time that he takes any of it off. You know, like it's that kind of thing that I'm looking for. Just think of it like everyone's just waiting the whole time and it never happens.
Yes.
Good. And then the last song should be I'm on the Edge because it's like they edged us. Anyway. Well, it was very easily a Juicy win. Although I thought that Jane did a good job for what she can do. I mean, she just can't compete with Juicy. You know?
She's just too limber. She has too much control over her limbs. She's like Georges in that way. It's just she walks on that stage and it's just like like it's just all over the place. It's just amazing to watch.
There's a flow and a grace that Juicy has that I don't think I've seen on any other Drag Race contestant, including someone like Georges. And there's like, because Georges and Juicy, I think, are very similar in the sense that they're both like very similar shapes, bodies, whole 9 yards with a dance background. But I think that like I don't know. I actually don't remember if Georges has had professional dance training or not, but
there's more athleticism with Juicy for sure.
I was going to say, it's like she's been trained. And I think Georges is like, she has been self-taught, if that makes sense. That's the difference. And there's nothing wrong with either one. Like there's nothing wrong with being self-taught, but there's definitely something that you see that has been instilled in Juicy that comes from the structure of being taught that is like how graceful she is. I think that's something that you learn from other people giving you critique, you know?
But yeah, for sure. For sure.
Then we go to the last, wait, we didn't talk about Mia versus Kenya with peanut butter. Kenya, how are you not going to be able to twerk? I'm sorry.
I mean,
she did, but she didn't. You know, it was like white girl twerking.
It was, you know what I think it was? I think it was the padding, which is crazy.
Oh, actually, that's super fair. That's super fair because I literally.
But it's crazy because like I don't think that she needed as much as she put on there because like, girl, you're a bigger girl. You got it, girl. But it was stiff. It was stiff because I think that her ass was covered by the.
That's I think such a good point is that there's no jiggle because that's the thing. It's not that her butt wasn't doing the thing. It was I wanted to see the jiggle. I see the wiggle. I want to see the, you know, all of that fun stuff. But I felt like Mia just smashed this out of the park.
Yeah, no, again, Mia just had like that, like even from like the first chorus, she just like went into it immediately because there's like Peanut Butter is a song that does not, it's on foot on the gas the entire way through. There is no stop. There is no release. Like
there's no peaks and valleys.
No.
Okay?
Like any song that starts off with "Ooh yes, honey," dudes in the fact, like you're in for a ride, and yeah.
I love that. And then round 4, the last one, Juicy versus Mia. I think we all predicted this is what the end was going to be. We're excited for Juicy via Mia, the sequel, and it's Cover Girl. Juicy wins. She wins the lip sync. Lollaparuza, just like her drag mother Morphine did. I definitely thought that Juicy handedly won that because to your point before that, like, what more can Mia do? She can't do more reveals, and we've kind of seen all of her moves at this point.
Yep. Yeah.
A good point to make though is that it's not always about the point. It's not always about the her ability to dance differently. It's about her ability to connect the song with the audience. And I do think the one thing that Mia doesn't always do is connect with the song emotionally because she's putting on a dance performance. So I think that's where Juicy edges her out, is that she's able to kind of take on the cover girl, like, look at me-ness. And I felt like Mia was just doing like, yeah, you're going to look at me because I'm doing this shit at you. Like it was like a very different vibe. And I felt like I aligned more with Juicy, and I agree with her win.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. I agree with that. I do think that there is a moment of like Mia just sort of like getting just like dances for herself rather than like dances for the audience, which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, girl, do you? But, you know, when you got to impress upon RuPaul, you do have to seek that little moment of connection. And I think Juicy already had a leg up going into it for sure, but I agree with that observation that maybe if there was a touch more connection with Mia, maybe there is a world in which she does take it at the end.
Yeah. So any other thoughts about the Lollaparuza before we talk about the finale, Aman?
Nope.
All right. Well, we have a new winner, everybody. And I'm about to bring the slideshow up, which will spoil the winner. So if you have not watched the finale and don't want to be spoiled, first of all, how did you make it 50 minutes almost into this episode?
Honestly.
Second of all, here is our slideshow. We have a winner. Her name is Mikey Meeks. And I have put the slideshow in order with all of the looks for the top 3. It's all of their looks from the finale, their runway look, and then their lip sync first round, or like their individual lip sync, and then the lip sync for the crown look. And Mikey comes out. So to also put some perspective into this. I was invited by the incredible Mike Bloom to go to the Drag Race finale screening and live crowning here in New York City. And I was so stoked. And he and I showed up and we went. And I ended up almost on the verge of a panic attack because there were so many people. There was a sardine thing. So I actually kind of left early, unfortunately. So I didn't get to see the crowning. But it was packed in there. Ross Matthews, the hilarious Ross Matthews, and the ever stylish Carson Kressley were both there. Acid Betty was the DJ beforehand, and Anya Nerve was hosting it, and the top three were all backstage. I think that's where they filmed the reaction that they put on YouTube of when they found out was actually backstage at the place that I was at, which is cool. So when we got there, and this is also like where all the finalists, like friends and families were. So I also want to give a little shout out to, and I can't remember who it was in our Patreon community, but whoever had suggested Mr. Miz, because that's Mikey's drag mother.
Oh, shit.
She was there. They were there and I was like feet away from them with Mike Bloom, and I didn't really recognize them until afterwards when I saw photos, and I was like, oh my God, I was right there. That's so funny. So it was really cool to see everybody's family and such there. I wish I could have stayed for the whole thing, but I'm happy I didn't for my own stuff. But I mean, the crowd was going crazy for Mikey in that room for sure. This look people loved. I thought that her song and her number was like perfect for her. I thought that she did a really good job. The finale lip sync, I do think that Nini edged her out a little bit, but I think that Mikey caught the energy of the song, and I don't think that Nini edged her out enough to take away any track record stuff. So I agree with her win personally, but I don't know. How do you feel, Aman?
I'm happy with Mikey being the winner. I sort of pegged her as my top pick maybe a month and some change ago, because
which was only 2 eliminations ago. No, just kidding.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Only because, yeah, she really had been having a consistent showing. And then I think once Jane was gone, it became very apparent to me that she was going to go ahead and take it home, because obviously Juicy's not going to take it. Nini has this storyline of not showing who she is that she's got to overcome, at least in the edit. And then Darlene, while she's fun, and her personality is top marks, when you have someone that's just a touch more polished, I guess, than her, I think there really is no other option than Mikey. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for her, because I do think that this is someone, based off of, the video that I saw when she was crowned, this is someone who's wanted this for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So I'm very interested to see how she reigns until next year. There's a lot of dialogue about like the winners of Drag Race these days and how successful their reigns are, which I do think in some ways is very counterproductive, because like if they've already proven themselves to win the competition and then you're still asking them to prove themselves after they've won the competition.
Preach, Aman. Yes.
Doing here, like, let these girls live. Like, if they want to have a huge career in entertainment afterwards, so be it. If they don't want to, and their only goal was to win a drag competition, then so be it.
And also, it's not like 10 years ago where there's only been around 100 drag queens who have ever been on, and you're a part of a small group of people that are fan favorites or well-known or talked about. Like, nowadays, if you're one of the talked about people on your season, you're still competing with a couple hundred, almost 300 other people for that coveted spot. We're still talking about Alaska and Trixie and Katya and Bob and Raja and Raven and Jujubee and like all these people from a long time ago. Like, they don't just like get replaced by people. So yeah, it is inherently harder as the market grows and the attention diminishes of what people could provide for you. So if you want to help Drag Race winners because you don't think their careers are helping, that is something you have a say in helping. You can follow them on social media. You can go to their shows. You can, post about them in positive ways. You can be doing any of those kinds of, you can give them hits and follows. You can tip them when you see them. You can, whatever the case is, buy merch. but I think that, yeah, it is a tougher world. And as drag queens are starting to get accepted into other reality TV landscapes, and as well as we're seeing like even in regular TV, I think that you're going to see that we're kind of in a weird growing pains aspect. We're starting to see queens go on to Project Runway and the Traders and all this other stuff too. So Broadway. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. In the fashion world, like we've had drag queens for a long time doing various different things. They've taken over Vegas. Like, so we have to remember that if we don't see it on social media, or if we're just not seeing it ourselves, that doesn't mean shit about what their careers are like. And if we feel like, man, I wish so-and-so had a better career, then like take some initiative and see what you can do to help them if you really care as a fan. But I think that's, I think Mikey's going to be an exciting, in the same way that I thought Anya was. Like Anya and Mikey are both hosts who know how to work a crowd, and can be silly and funny, and like know that they're not losing a part of themselves if they just let go and be weird. But at the same time, they know how to be glamorous. And I think that that's what's really great about them as winners, as well as like with Nymphia as well. So any thoughts about Mikey in this finale? I liked her outfit.
I liked her outfit. I thought that her performance, she's the versatile queen. She can do it all. I think it's very appropriate for the edit that she got. She can sing, she can dance. Her runway package is not bad. She's got branding capabilities. I think she's the perfect ambassador for Drag Race in this day and age. So I think, while I do feel like her win is, I guess, like on the safer end of things. Like she's not a winner that you feel like has had a strong sense of adversity throughout their season. And not to say that you need that all the time, right? Because here we were talking about Jane Don't. Like if she would have won, it would have been a cakewalk, right? But
yeah,
I do think that there is a certain thing missing with her win, but
yeah,
was she deserving? Of course.
This is where Drag Race is so funny as a fandom, because I agree, because the thing is, and I don't think it's Mikey's fault. Like I think that Mikey is an incredible queen.
Not at all.
I think a lot of this might be editing or whatever the case might be, but it is really hard when you have a juggernaut who like imagine if Sasha Colby went home at 5. Right? Yeah. Like we all would have been like, well, anybody who wins, it's just kind of an asterisk because Sasha Colby wasn't there. And the way that like when Ben De La Creme eliminated herself, like Trixie and everybody was like, well, yeah, I'm going home. I think that like if you win, it's actually not winning, because people will always spend the rest of your career talking about why you should or should not have won.
Yes.
Versus if you don't win, they're always going to talk about why you should not have, or why you should have won, why you should not have gone home. And like, you will have some people who will be like, yeah, you should have gone home. But like, for the most part, people are going to talk about that. So part of the curse of being a winner is that you were always going to have to fight against people who were trying to like bring down your win and such. But I don't think in this case, anybody is like saying Mikey doesn't deserve a win. I think what we're saying is like, because of the way this season was put together and it was kind of weirdly, I don't know, stretched out. Like we had some weeks where I just was like, okay, we just filler week here, I guess. I don't know. I think she had an incredible arc. I love that she went from being voted low and rated queen, not because people didn't actually like her performance, but because of politics. And then she immediately was like, well, I'm just going to win like all the challenges now and show you my versatility. But no, I think Mikey is a strong winner. But I do agree that like if Jane had won, I think that the fandom would have been like, oh, that's so predictable. Of course she won, like all the whole 9 yards. But then now people are like, well, I don't know. I feel like Jane should have won. Like Jane wasn't even in the top 3.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
It's hard. But I say congratulations, Mikey. I will be shocked if the Drew Barrymore show doesn't call you as a recurring guest to do shit. Like, just because of Ross being there as well. Like, I think that that's an easy phone call for them to make. I know she's already been on, but I'm saying like, hey, we're going to have the other Drew come in and they're going to do like a segment or something. Like, I could see that coming. So I hope that her career is.
I do think that also helped her take the crown, being asked to come on the Drew Barrymore show, because we know that, you know, the winner is not necessarily set in stone until the finale. And so I think her having that press boost was definitely in her favor, for sure.
For sure. Let's move on to our runner-up, Nini Coco. This slideshow is going to look very different because I just threw pictures on a slide. So
best performance of the night out of the three, the most technical, very succinct, very tight, very technical, a lot of fun. I love the breakdown at the end before the grand finale of that performance.
It was great.
Just so great. So great.
I have not been able to stop singing her song. I want to stimulate your mind.
Yeah.
I was singing that. I was in the bathroom at that point. I was just leaving the bathroom when her song came on. So I was like outside behind the entire crowd of the venue. And I'm just like sitting there, like almost like kind of just dancing by myself in the very back, being where I love that song. Like unironically, I think it's the best song to ever come out of a finale. Besides, I don't know, maybe besides Sasha Colby.
Yeah, she ate that up. She really did. I don't love the finale look.
Yeah.
I do feel like there's something it's giving curtains.
Yeah.
On the bottom half.
Yeah.
And then the top half, I'm like, what is, like, how does that relate? I do love the Maleficent horns. That's a gag. And then the final lip sync outfit is very interesting. I was wondering where it was going, and then it was the purse after all, the emoji purse. It was fun. It was fun.
I liked her little gimmick, her gag with the purse. I think I would have liked if she did not have two red outfits that were similar for both her lip syncs. For some reason that weirded me out.
Yeah.
But I feel like her lip sync performance, like you said, absolutely. I mean, I think it was Bob who said on the pit stop, he was like, "This could have been a VMA performance." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, like, it literally felt like that.
Yes, Bob. Like, it was so. It was so technical.
And it was well choreographed. It was a great pop dance song. It was dynamic beats and sounds matched with, like you said, like the intensity of the choreography. It was so good.
So good.
So yeah, but I thought that she did really well. I thought she definitely gave Mikey a run for her money. I absolutely understand why people say that she won the last lip sync. I personally don't agree, because I do think that Mikey captured the song a little bit more. I think that Nini at this point, we just saw her do very very similar-esque choreography that was like, you know, not lyrical and smooth. It was, you know, also very energetic and popping and such. And so like I kind of felt like it was too bad for her that she didn't adjust the energy just a little bit for the song. But it was a great performance. It just, for me, I connected more with Mikey connecting with the song.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Darlene Mitchell, our third place queen, which I do think this is the correct place for our Darlene, as much as I love Darlene. Darlene.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand it, but I hate it.
I don't like her finale look. I like the construction in terms of like how it fits. And I like how I like the cape. That's it.
Yeah.
I love
think,
the
you know what?
of it,
I think with Darlene, like, she obviously is having a lot of fun with her wardrobe. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit too much fun. Like sometimes we have to rein it in for Drag Race, not for being out and about in the bars. I'm saying for Drag Race, you do have to rein it in, and you do have to have a marketable brand. And while I think that she has a brand, I don't necessarily know if it is marketable. So,
well, I feel like her brand is like a drag version of the working white class American woman, right? Like this, the waitress at a diner, right? That's like her kind of her go-to thing, right? The trailer woman, the like all those things. And I think that there's definitely a way to make that very couture. And I like that she decided to go, that's not what I'm gonna choose to represent myself in a finale with. I want to show my my eclectic fashion and like how I studied fashion in college and such. And like that's what I'm saying is like you can tell by looking at this outfit, everything is intentional and very well put together. I just don't like it all together. And I think that's legitimately the point. I don't think that she put this all together and was like, wow, isn't it great that everything flows perfectly? I mean, the point is that it disrupts it, right? So I get that. Her lip sync outfit, I like that she went, you're going to see the reveal anyway. Like just did the reveal. I was like, hell yeah. That I think she looked beautiful. Like I also think that she comes across sometimes as like a 90s Barbie doll in a fun way. So I felt like that's kind of what her lip syncing outfit for the finale, if she had gone to the finale lip sync, would have been like. And then she also has like the kind of 80s Darlene, which you kind of see at what her reveal was during her individual performance. So I felt like we got the dimensions of her, but I agree with you that unfortunately, as much as I would love to sit here and say, oh yeah, that will win that kind of look, it's not going to win RuPaul's heart, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it didn't win mine. I'm going to be honest. I love Darlene, but I did not like that finale look.
Yeah. Darlene is our kooky queen, and she will be back. I feel like she's like the first evolution of Jimbo. That's what
she's like if Jimbo and Katya and Plain Jane, and then like somebody who just does really, who's someone who does like a lot of like trap, or like season 9 Trinity, like with like the Stanky the Starfish kind of stuff. Like if you threw all of that,
Stanky the Starfish,
throw all of that into a pot, you kind of get Darlene, but with a Californian perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to just quickly go through the other queens and their looks and such. We talked about the reveal for Juicy during the lip sync Lollaparuza, but this finale outfit when she came out, my God, Juicy is so stunning.
It was beautiful. And girl has such a strong drag support system, and I'm so happy that she was a part of this journey for us. I do think that it has done her very, very well. And for her to be in her sobriety, as well as Darlene Mitchell, and to prove to themselves like what they're capable of, I'm here for it. So Juicy girl, maybe you weren't necessarily ready for this, like in a personality standpoint or whatever, but you certainly have shown up and shown out. So
absolutely. I feel like her dress kind of represents the like, I'm getting rid of the blackness, I'm coming into my light kind of thing. Like that's I'm shedding the black swan, I'm becoming the white one. Like I that's what I got from this, and it just felt like it was such a good metaphor for her.
Yeah.
Jane don't. Like I said, I didn't really care for her lip sync outfit. I was like, long strands. It's just, I don't know. I didn't see much with it. But I also appreciate that she was like, I'm gonna rely on me, not a gimmick. And so, I mean, her gimmicks are things that she came up with in the moment rather than like
the finale look though. Oh, I love it.
Silence of the Lambs.
So much. I love it.
I love. So, okay. I'm getting Silence of the Lambs out of this. You know, what I was gonna say, dragonfly. There we go. On the mouth and everything. I got very like the fact that she puts it over her mouth too is like, I'm not gonna say shit today. I'm here. And I look good. But I thought she looked gorgeous.
Now the juxtaposition of the gold with that satin red. Oh, tell me about it.
She better Griffin don't. No. As a Jane don't. Anyway. Discord Adams, like I said, Lollaparuza, I am sexually attracted to Discord in this outfit. I loved it. And then this outfit is red, just like the theme of the night. I feel like everybody wore red.
Yeah, maybe.
Or black and white. It was like one of the two things.
I love the first look. Give it to me for Cowboy Carter, like I said. And then the second look, I love that it is self-referential, bitch. Bring those paper clips back out.
It was so good. I loved it. And I like the spikes. I'm an unapologetic Discord fan. Like, I love Discord so much as a character on the season, as an artist. I identify with a lot of her politics. I'm sure that there's stuff I don't identify with, but what a character. You know they're going to bring her back for All Stars sometime. Just because
for sure.
RuPaul wants to see that walk every season.
For sure.
Kenya Pleaser. So this is what I was talking about. That first outfit just looks like, me going to a club. Actually, that does not look like me going to a club. I would not wear that. Not because it's bad, but because I dress a little more conservatively. That's not a read. That's a read on me. Anyway, that to me, like, this is a lip syncing outfit, right? So like, she came ready to slay whole 9 yards in that, but it's not the most like, oh my God, blow away outfit when you've got like knee high or thigh high boots and kind of a going out top dress thing, right? But this finale look, bitch, I love this.
Reminded me so much of what's her face? What is her name? Saphira. Her finale look, it's very like Grecian. But with Kenya, there is like a small bit of like African daishiki-esque type texture at the bottom. So very, very fun. A little busy, but fun. I love the big hair. I love the big hair.
I wonder how much that wig weighs. Plus she had like a little headpiece on top of it too. So that, I mean, the middle part where like the strands of gold that come from the top, from the headpiece and bring it down to the bottom or on the wristlets, I think that's what makes it look even busier, is because when she's doing stuff in front of her face, it makes the middle so busy with these little strands of gold. But when she has her arms out and you can see the full picture of everything, I love the African influence here. I don't know specifically, which tribe, nation, country within Africa she's drawing inspiration from here, but I love this so much.
Yeah.
Athena loved Dion. I thought Athena's reveal was cute during her lip sync Lollaparuza against Sierra, and I love that she looks like the Real Housewives of Greek goddesses, like Greek gods or whatever. Like, that's what she's giving me for her finale look. Like, and here's the actual Athena, and she's here to tell you all about Zeus. Like, and like Real Housewives out up. Like, that's what I get from her.
Yeah, I appreciated her her look as well. I do think that towards the end of the season, Athena has sort
of you muted yourself. We're having the tech issues. Oh no. Okay, we're good.
Not towards the end, not then.
No, not towards the end.
I do think that there was like a little bit of like resignedness.
Yeah.
Athena. I mean, we saw it in the lip sync when Juicy sends her home, and so I do think that her performance could have like brought a little bit more oomph, but she probably knew, like, with Juicy being in this competition, she's like, well, I already lost to her once. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna root for my daughter here.
Yeah.
Wait, Mia Star. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's look at this first outfit. When she came out on stage wearing a coat and that, like, that is not an afro that looks like it is naturally upon her head, right? That doesn't even, that just looks like it is hiding something. You know what I mean? Like she came out like, do you guys think I'm gonna do a reveal? I was like, thank God when she took that off, because I liked her outfit afterwards. Love her finale look. It's actually not what I expected for Mia for a finale look. This looks very like pageant, definitely very Southern drag or whatever. I felt like I might get something more like hip hop dance influenced or something. I don't know why, but
yeah,
love this outfit on her. I love red hair on her.
Yeah, I guess we got used to seeing her like one way, and for her to be like glamour forward is like very fun. So good for her.
Good for you, girl.
Good for Mia.
Come on, Bloody Mary. Vita Von T-Star. I mean, doesn't her paint in the second picture weirdly make her kind of look like Yara Sofia?
I see what you're talking about.
And I think it's
Yara Sofia if she worked for DirecTV satellite.
If she might be from Arecibo.
Oh yes.
There you go. Jeez. So I loved Vita's lip syncing outfit. I love that red hair with like the cow print and the chaps and shorts and such. Like just a good all American outfit that you can make work to any of RuPaul's songs. Like I thought she did a good job with that. This finale look, I feel like someone finally kind of redeemed Kennedy Davenport's All Stars 3 entrance look from the very beginning of the season. This is not that, but I don't know why. It's just like all the crystals and such make me go, okay, somebody took that idea and made it work correctly. But I think she looks good.
You know, I think she looks great. I think that it was very opulent. I do, because I think I watched the pit stop as well with Bob and Bianca, and I think that I agree with them in the sense that maybe the cape should be black.
Yeah, you know why? It's because of the lights in the background having the white. If it was black, then the dress is the thing that really pops, and the white kind of blends with the white of the light.
Mm-hmm.
I like, yeah, I can see that. Sierra Mist. Again, I mean, the first outfit was on for like 3 seconds, and then we got the 80s warm-up look, which I thought was funny. And the breasts were prosthetic. She did a prosthetic breast there.
Yeah, she did, and they looked very real.
They sure did. And I was like, how do I
the first look is so bizarre and so grotesque, but it makes so much sense for her. Obviously, we knew that it was going to be some type of reveal because of how chunky it is. I don't necessarily know if I understand the through line between the first and second look. Maybe I need to go back. Maybe she probably explained it maybe in a talking head, but I missed it. But yeah, it's it's giving like The Last of Us type deals.
It's giving Resident Evil, one of the ones that like charge at you and yell versus the. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think that I like her finale look as well. With like the feathers, the wings, the different colors. I think that weirdly, in like a very striking way, she has like a very masculine look of the makeup to me. Like her face looks obviously feminine, but like the shape of the face, like she kept the strong jaw. Everything seems much more angular, so that kind of is like gender fucky a little bit with her face in a way that I have not really felt like with her before. Maybe it's because of the hair being slicked back with the things too, but I don't know. I like it. Like she gives me, I'm reading a lot of fantasy books, so she's giving me like one of those like races of people who might have like wings or something like that, you know?
Yep.
Briar Blush, who did not perform in the lip sync Lollaparuza, who apparently when she went home found out that she had not influenza, pneumonia. and then went into sepsis, or almost went into sepsis or something. So that is
Mm-hmm.
very scary. I'm happy that she's doing better. Loved this dress from last week. Love that so much. And then I look at how fucking big those hips are and how tiny that waist and like where the knees are. Those hips are wider than her shoulders. I love the
Shoulders should
proportions.
match them hips, but they don't.
But they
So,
don't. So
yeah, I'm like, I want more information about Briar Blush and like why
yeah.
she was not able to perform, because obviously I don't want to like discredit whatever it is that her providers are telling her, but at the same time I'm like, that happened months ago and you're still not good to perform in the lip sync, but you're good enough to be here and be in drag and walk the runway. I don't know. It was just kind of, it was a
Makes me
little weird.
wonder if there's like an underlying chronic medical condition that came from it or
Right,
something.
right. Maybe there's something else going on here, because based off of what we've seen, it doesn't add up. So there has to be something else going on here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because I definitely was like, because when did they film the Lollaparuza and the finale? Like a month ago or something? Like a couple months ago? So it's been like 7 months
It's
since
been
they
quite some
filmed.
time
So
since, yeah.
next we have Mandy Mango, who did not wear a table.
Oh, I love this outfit. It's
Just
so
What
fun.
They Want is the name of the song, by the way, people. It's on the screen now. So an hour later, I got the name of the song correctly. I felt like, unfortunately, when when Mandy turns her head in that top photo, the nose contour is a little crazy.
Just a touch.
It's giving Magnolia Crawford.
Yeah, I think
Magnolia Crawford.
The painting is leaving things to be desired for Mandy. But I can't see anything else about her because she's from Philly. So,
well, and also I felt like both outfits look great, and she does a really good job lip syncing. I think that,
she
just
does.
like, I think that she is.
She was supposed to stay longer than she did. She really was.
I also think that this was not the cast for her. I think she would have done really well on like a season 16. I think that she could do well. I think she could do well with a little marinating. I would love to see her come back in a few years for All Stars, because I think she'd be someone like some of the other queens that we had on All Stars 10 this past year, where we were like, oh my God, they're like so much more fun than we remember them. Like, that is someone I can see Mandy being for sure.
For sure.
And Didi Fuego. So this is what I was talking about. This first outfit, I'm like, girl, you are loofah. Like, and then the second one was like, I'm in color guard. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I still stand by her winning that lip sync.
Yeah.
But the entrance look for the finale is just fine. Yeah. I think that Didi was definitely not one that I thought was going to go home first upon watching all like the Meet the Queens thing, because it felt like she had like so much fire and so much like storyline potential, but just goes to show you just never really know. And she I think she was fine. Again, I think she won that lip sync, so I'm gonna put a little bit more respect in her name. But was she a shoo-in for the whole thing of the queen of she already didn't had hers? Is no,
not in the least. Well, we would like to thank Drag Looks all season for letting us, and by letting us, I mean, I don't think they know, but we've just been ripping off their images and putting them on here. We try to credit them every single episode. So please go and follow at drag.looks on Instagram for all the updated looks every single week on Drag Race. Aman, is there anything else from the season that you want to discuss? Anything from the finale? Like, I mean, Cyrus performed.
It was nice to see Miley. It was an interesting judging panel because it's usually just family. But I'm not opposed to a celebrity guest for the finale, just in the same way that they do that for the premiere. But we were missing Ross and Carson, which
No,
felt.
Ross was there, but Carson wasn't.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because it was really funny because I turned around and looked at him and like, and Ross is like, I'm there.
Yeah. It was it's a little weird. But I thought that, I love that we gave Miley her flowers. Me and my friend group have had quite the journey with Miley Cyrus because, there are still a few scars from her I'm Black era, but I do still believe that Miley Cyrus is a voice of our generation,
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. And I know that I sense that her heart is in the right place when it comes to, disenfranchised folks. So I think that her being there was entirely appropriate. And I like that RuPaul let her do the honors of delivering the Don't Fuck It Up. So that was a lot of fun.
And it was great seeing her on the judges panel standing and rooting and cheering while the queens are performing. Because
she was more hyped than anybody else on that panel.
I mean, imagine like how many times have queens performed in front of like the celebrity who wrote the song or something, right? Mm-hmm. And like they always sit there like, ah, yes, like great job. Lovely. Mm-hmm. She's up on her feet like she's at a show, bitch. And I was expecting her to throw real money at them at some point. Mm-hmm. Like I love that level. And I also love that, I love that Drag Race has been doing the let's have a history montage and a moment of recognition for somebody who's been really influential within the LGBTQIA plus community or the drag community. Mm-hmm. And they have been up until this point older people. And I like that this year they went, let's do someone who's younger because this is a criticism we have of Drag Race all the time. So it was nice to have Miley there. I kind of liken Miley to Chappell Roan a little bit in terms of like the voice of the generation that's a little different and uncomfortable to see and hear that sometimes makes some mistakes because they're still growing and learning. But like, that's why it's important is because they're showing that like you can still have your heart in the right place, make mistakes, pick yourself up, move on, and do it in a way that maybe inspires other people. I definitely think that she deserves to be there. Yeah. So it was great to see that. It was a good lip sync song. But yeah, I'm excited to have a little break. 4 months. This season, by the way, started the same week as The Traitors, which ended like a month and a half ago. And like Survivor started a month and a half after this did. And it's like already at the merge. So like this is a long season. And I know that we haven't necessarily been the most consistent every single week with either the day that it came out, or sometimes we had to double up because of our schedules. So we want to thank you all for listening and for, being patient with us. Aman and I are not 100% sure what will happen with All Stars 11, if we're going to be able to cover it or not, or if somebody else will. I have a lot of personal things coming up during the time. Like I have a vacation and I have some travels I need to do. So I won't be available to podcast for half of the season. And Aman, you've got lots of other things going, school and 2 jobs and other podcasts and other things too. So there might be a chance that we will not have coverage of All Stars 11 this year. But if that is the case, you can always feel free to send me your thoughts, and you can do so at Beth-Dixon on Blue Sky, or you can message me on Instagram at AugustaWind11. Or you can become a patron and chat and Discord. And I like to kind of pop up in the Drag Race channel and like and comment and such every once in a while. So would love to chat with you all there about your thoughts if you ever have them, or talk with you on those websites and platforms. I'm not really up to much right now, so you can feel free to follow me all there. Aman, where can people find you and what are you up to?
You can find me everywhere at Aman Adwin. All I've got for right now is the Diary Room podcast with me and Matt Ligori. Check us out. We've had quite a few great guests for the beginning of round 2, and a great guest that should be coming out this week. So check us out over there. And that's it for me. Like Beth said, there's a lot going on with school and everything. So, we might need to take a bit of a break. And if we do, we'll be sure to let you know as soon as we can.
Absolutely. And if there's a way for there to be a rotating panel, or we only do like 1 or 2 recaps throughout the whole season and do so, like we'll find something potentially, or we might not do anything at all. So we're not really sure where we're going to be at with this. We need to talk with everybody behind the scenes too, but we wanted to make sure our listeners heard that from us first. So excellent. Well, thank you to everybody who's tuned in and listened this whole season. Please leave your ratings and reviews if you listen on any platform. We would love that. It helps our algorithm. It helps us gain more followers and such. You can also like and subscribe on YouTube. And if you'd like to become a Patreon, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Rob has a podcast. And there you can choose a different tier and get lots of bonus content, access to our wonderful community on social media, and so much more. If you are in Toronto, I hope you have a great time. If you are going to be coming to New York, I hope to see you. Come stop and say hello. And until then, we'd like to say thank you to the RHAP team behind the scenes, and we will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.